Hey everybody, happy Monday. So this is my preview video where I talk about the assignments coming up this week. I'm going to talk about the comics assignment and the ethical dilemma assignment. So a lot of times I've seen students struggle to get the text actually into the image. So it's not necessarily a deal breaker, especially if you're getting the 2-3-1, the one where the last one is a zing of like, oh, that totally changes what I thought this conversation was doing. But there are a number of ways that I think are pretty straightforward. If you're like, I am so not tech savvy, there are, how do I embed an image in a discussion reply as a student? There's other things. I mean, you can reach out. Let me just show you on a Mac one way to do it if you don't have a Mac. So I'm going to pull this up in preview. If you have a Windows machine, pulling this up in Paint and doing the same thing there. So I'm going to go to Tools, I'm going to go to Annotate, and then Text. Tools, Annotate, Text, and then I'm going to plug these in. If it comes down to like they don't fit in the bubbles, you can't make the text smaller, whatever, like I'm almost like, okay, whatever, it doesn't even matter to me. I think that adds a text box too. I didn't even realize that. So however you want to do this so that the text is in the image, you'll save it as a JPEG file. And then there's some flexibility you have. Another thing I wanted to point out. So you can have, oh, he is all smiley right here because of what she's saying. Or you can have it, oh, look, he's kind of not that happy here because of what she said here. You can kind of like work it to how it fits. Usually though, people are going to read this left to right, especially these ones are pretty straightforward. It's going to be left, right, left, right, left, right. So that one's a little bit more tricky. My son and I did one that is backwards for you. This is a completely separate thing. My son, I drew the pictures. My son wrote the text. And it was kind of fun because I didn't know what he was going to write. He didn't know what I was going to draw. It was like he saw what I was going to draw, and then he wrote them, and then I finished. Anyway, kind of a fun thing. You got to kind of work with asking yourself, okay, what does this image look like is happening? And then use your creativity to come up with something. Okay, ethical dilemma. You got two options for this one. You can do the personal ethical dilemma. You can do the ethicist column where you respond to that. Both of them are going to require a close reading of the chapter. And I say that because one of the biggest problems over and over and over actually every time I've graded this, I'm always like, this is clearly an ethical decision that you're making, but I don't understand that you understand how this fits into a clear ethical framework. So get specific with theorists, with theory that they propose, the terminology from the reading of like, okay, this is why I made this decision, and I'm going beyond just a rationalization because I'm giving an ethics test. So I had thought about taking this thing, but then I ran the ethics test of if everyone acts this way, what happens? And I realized, well, if everybody does this, it's going to be chaos and it's going to be nasty. And then it's like, oh, that is completely unethical. That's not the thing. That's not the decision to make in this situation. So you're going to run whatever the ethics tests that apply, whatever the framework, you're going to apply that. And I'm going to say, play to your strengths. If you know that like, oh man, I love journal writing and creative writing, and I've got a lot of experiences, do the personal ethical dilemma. And you know, if you're like, I don't really like personal writing, I'd rather just respond to something that's really concrete and already there, do the ethicist column. It's up to you, though, exactly how you do. Okay, good luck. I'll see you guys in the grade book and in the comments and in the emails. Good work sending me stuff, and I will talk to you guys later.